Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of
Hello.
Together We Rise.
Get
So today's topic is
Welcome Together We Rise Live. Topic Across Borders, Same Growth. What connects people pursuing personal development around the world? Over to you.
Thank you, Falak. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, my name is Patsy and I originally came from Brunei. Now we are residing in Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm a mother of four and grandmother to nine. And now I am a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello there. I'm Falak, mom of three, based in Indiana, USA, building a better future for my kids. From educator to retail operations specialist, every challenge has shaped my journey. Today, as a digital owner and mentor, I help community believe in new possibilities. Thank you.
Sylvia?
Hi, Sandy, and everybody. Thanks for having me on your platform. My name is Sylvia. I'm originally from Zambia, Africa, and now living in Canada for the last 5 years. I'm a grandmother of five beautiful grandchildren and a mother of four grown-up children. Uh, my my former career was being in the hospitality in the management section in Zambia. Thanks for having me.
Hello,
Thank you,
good
Sylvia.
evening. My name is Ashia. I'm a pharmacist and I live in Maryland and I practice here in Maryland. I live with my family past 28 years. Originally, I'm from India and now I'm a proud digital business owner. Thank you.
And my name is Miriam. I'm originally from Jamaica, living in the United States. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandma, registered nurse for over 20 years, and now I'm a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, everyone. So, welcome back to another episode of Together We Rise. So, one of the most beautiful things about personal growth is realizing that people from completely different backgrounds often share very similar dreams. They want to learn, they want to improve, they want to contribute, they want to create a better future. And today, we'll explore five power qualities that connect growth minded people across the world, and we'll hear from different voices and perspectives as we discover what truly unites us. And for that, we're going to be talking about 5 points. So, point number one, growth minded people stay curious. And point number two, learning is a shared language around the world. And point number three, resilience helps people move forward. And point four, community accelerates growth. And lastly, purpose creates direction. So, let's dive into our first point.
Growth minded people stay curious. For me, curious is the spark that fuels growth. The more questions we have, and the more open we remain to learning the new possibilities and new opportunities we create to grow, to achieve, and become a better version of yourself. The moment we stop being curious is often the time we stop growing. So today's takeaway is curiosity keeps the door open to new chances, new abilities, and new opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak. So yeah, so Falak just talked about growth-minded people stay curious. So um, when we are curious, we start learning and we start growing. So that curiosity really helps to uh, keep growing. Okay, so let's go to point number
One more time.
two. So that will be
Or can
for
you do it again?
Sylvia.
This one.
Yeah. Learning is a shared language around the world. And when I reflect on that topic, I think of myself, my own experience. I come from a very diverse background. My son in law's Costa Rican, my daughter in law's Mexican, my other daughter-in-law is from Wales. My mom is lives in Austria. My grandfather's Madagascan. So my great grandmother's Malaysian. So yes, I am from nearly everywhere, and I realize that no matter where we come from, learning is something that's connects us all. Or anywhere else in the world, people are always learning, growing, and adapting to life. Every culture values learning in different ways. Sometimes it's through formal education, but often it's through conversations with family, friends, life experiences, community, wisdom, books, and even challenges we face along the way. One thing I've learned, personality is that one thing I've learned personality is that learning doesn't stop when we leave school. In fact, some of life's greatest lessons come later in life. Like now, I'm learning more than I ever did in my younger days, moving. Uh, in fact, some of my greatest lessons come from moving from Zambia to Canada, taught me so much about resilience, adaptability, and embracing new opportunities. Starting this online business in my 60s reminds me that we're never too old to learn something new. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. So, just give me a sec. Okay, so Sylvia just talked about um, learning is a shared language around the world. So, um, now we're gonna move to the next one.
Hello. So, today I'm going to talk about resilience, how it helps people move forward. Everyone faces challenges, everyone experiences setbacks. Resilient people understand that difficulties are part and parcel of life, and they're part of the journey. Growth often happens during the moments that test us the most. Resilience allows us to continue moving forward, even when the progress seems slow. So, the final reflection on this is strength is often developed during the seasons we didn't choose. Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, Arshia. Now we're moving to the next point.
Thank you.
Next point is community accelerates growth. One of the greatest gifts we can have on our personal growth journey is community. While growth is a personal decision, it is often strengthened through the people we surround ourselves with. There are moments when we feel discouraged, uncertain, or tempted to give up. During those times, a supportive community can provide encouragement, fresh perspective, and the accountability we need to keep moving forward. God never intended for us to walk through life alone. We were created for connection, support, and fellowship. When we learn alongside others, celebrate victories together, help each other through challenges, the journey becomes more meaningful and enjoyable. Community reminds us that we are not the only ones facing obstacles. Others have walked similar paths, overcome difficulties, and can inspire us with their experience. At the same time, our own story may encourage someone else who needs hope. As the saying goes, we may grow individually, but we often thrive collectively. Together, we can achieve more than we can put alone. And the takeaway is the right community can help us become the best version of ourselves. Thank you, and let's continue growing together.
Thank you, Patsy. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the next point.
Okay, so my point is purpose creates direction. So for me, when I think about purpose, I think about a question that I had to ask myself during one of the most challenging seasons of my life. And when my that happened when my husband became seriously ill and our savings were just depleted. So I found myself asking, what am I really working for? Was it just to pay bills and survive another month? Or was it just to create a better future for my family and leave a legacy for those that I love? So that question gave me direction because purpose has a way of helping us stay focused when life gets difficult. So, no matter where we live in the world, many of us share a similar purpose, whether it's to help our families, make a difference, to grow, to leave something behind. And I've learned this when the purpose is clear, then growth becomes intentional. Because a person with a clear purpose will they will person will walk straight, but they will not go have walk be walking in circles is what I'm saying. They will take a time to get over it, but they will not be walking in circles. So that's my point on that. Back to you, Sandy.
You're muted.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so the next question is for everyone. So, regardless of where you live, what is one lesson that personal growth has taught you about yourself? So, let's start with Miriam.
Of course. Well, one lesson personal growth has taught me personally about myself is that I'm capable of more than I ever thought possible. And as a nurse, as an immigrant, as a wife, a mother, I've come across a lot of challenges. But growth has taught me that confidence doesn't come before actions. So, and I discovered the strength I needed each time. I am challenged and I get out of my comfort zone. So, personal growth is you're to me you're never too late to learn and grow and to create a new chapter in a person's life, in your life. So that's my answer to that.
Thank you so much, Miriam. Okay, so let's move on with Arshia.
Oh, this is a question?
Yes.
Yes. So, regardless of where you live, what is one lesson that personal growth has taught me about? So, my topic was all about resilience. So, I faced a lot of challenges and I had a lot of setbacks as well. And I was resilient and I understood what my duties are. I was consistent and I wanted to grow. So, resilient allows you to continue moving forward even when there are like difficulties in your path. And I felt like I should be consistent, and that's the only way to progress and go ahead. And that was my strength, resilience. And that's how I feel I personally grow, regardless of, what I faced.
Thank you, Arshia. And Palak?
Yes, for me, one lesson personal growth has taught me is very clear that progress matters more than perfection. Every challenge in my life, the mistakes, the setbacks, has helped me to become a wiser, more confident, and better version of myself. If I say I'm a resilient version of myself, that is not wrong. That's me because I always accept challenges and I wanted to grow each day, every day, little by little, but keep going. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak. Sylvia?
Personal growth for me, as Miriam is saying, that it's never too late to start again. That's exactly what personal growth is. I've learned that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking the next step, even when you're unsure of yourself. You know, moving to a new country, building my life, and starting an online business in my 60s showed me that we are far more capable than we actually give ourselves credit for. You know, um, growth has taught me to believe in myself, stay open to learning, and trust that every challenge can become an opportunity for a new beginning for us. So, yes, it's never too late to start again.
Thank you, Sylvia. And I think I'll answer this question. So for me, I think it was about confidence. I think I always saw that, uh, people were built, were born with that confidence, and like if we didn't have it, we couldn't do it. But like on my journey in this online business, I learned that um, stepping out of our comfort zone, is when we start building that confidence, little by little. So um, that's what my lesson has taught me on this journey, that confidence, you're not born with confidence, but you build that confidence by taking action and by stepping out of your comfort zone. So that's for me and Patsy.
For me, yeah, regardless of where I live, one lesson I've learned about myself is that I'm more resilient than I often give myself credit for.
Very
Life brings changes, challenges, and unexpected
sorry.
situations, and each experience taught me that I can adapt, learn, and keep moving forward. I've discovered that growth happens when we step outside our comfort zone, and often our greatest strengths are revealed during difficult seasons. Thank you.
Thank you, Patsy. So, as we close our live today, we want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today. And today's conversation reminds us that while we may come from different places, we are often connected by similar values, as we have,
Mhm.
our answers today. So it's about the desire to grow, the willingness to learn, and the courage to persevere, and the importance of community and the pursuit of a purpose. Growth truly has no borders, and together we rise by learning from one another and supporting each other's journey. So, thank you for being part of today's Together We Rise live groups. And we hope so that, we inspire today about, how we can connect, even though, from different cultures, different background, different ages, here we can connect and we can learn and grow, and motivate each other, during this journey.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty, of being part of a global online community where
Yeah.
we can learn new experiences, like some of you mentioned it in your points, like learning from different cultures. Different cultures have different perspective, and we can see the other people, different perspective, and that opens our mindset, to be able to see wider or broader, than what we used to see. Um, so yeah, so hopefully, you get to be inspired with what we shared today, and let's find out what is our topic for next Sunday. So Miriam.
So next week we'll meet again and we will talk about the power of consistency, how small daily actions create lasting change.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking next Saturday. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a nice topic. So saying that, we do have a little reflection for you today. So as you reflect on today's conversation that we shared today, ask yourself, which of these five qualities would you like to strengthen most during the next year? Sometimes growth begins with one intentional decision. So think about that. So from what we shared today. And that's the end of our lives. We want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. So we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday. So thank you again, and we'll see you again on the next episode of Together We Rise. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.